It all started in 1982, as far as the purchase of the dealership is concerned. But it came to be because in 1973, I was leaving town to go to Columbus, Ohio, and I was downtown Fairmont, and the light was red. And my wife said, "See if that dealership in front of you needs a salesman." So I went in the showroom, and there was a 6'6" guy who owned the dealership, I came to find out. I kind of run into him, and I look up to him, and I said, "Do you need a salesman here?" And I pretty much said it like that. And he was smoking a pipe, and he was banging the pipe, and he was going like this, and he looked down at me, and I was looking up at him. And he said, "Yeah, I think we could use a Roman Catholic salesman." And I said, "Really?" I said, "Could you use a small Roman Catholic Italian salesman?" He says, "Yeah," and he giggled. And he hired me on the spot. A week later, he takes me to the courthouse, makes me a notary, takes me to Golden Brothers and buys me a suit. But that's how it began. It was just a complete fluke. I had no idea I was going to be in the car business. A year later, he died, his son took over. 8 years later, he sold the dealership to me, and that was 1982. As we were trying to think of a name, Judge Robert Neely came into my office. I told him a lot of cars. He said, "How about Astra?" Astra. And I said, "Nah, it doesn't have any pizzazz to it." He said, "Astro." And I said, "That's it." And that's how it happened. I delivered paper trails from 7 to 17, but when I was 17, I quit delivering papers and went to work for 6th Street Pharmacy, delivering prescriptions. And I worked my way through college doing that for a couple of years, and then I started working at Thoroughfare Food Markets. And then I started selling cars. And I have, to this day, I'm 67. To this day, I have the same people who bought, there are a few people left who I delivered papers to, delivered prescriptions to, delivered the groceries for, and delivered cars for. I had just taken over the dealership. I was the main guy, no more passing the buck, I was the buck. And this older gentleman who was extremely wealthy, and I'd been friends with for several years, comes into my office, and I'm sitting there like a big shot. He comes in, he's holding a repair order. And he takes that repair order and he throws it at me. And I look up at him, I'm sitting down. He looks down at me, he says, "Look at that repair order." And I'm sitting there and I'm looking, it was $15.99. I said, "Okay, what are you going to do? This guy's hot. You don't have a clue what he's talking about, and the bill's only $15.99. Even in 1982, it wasn't a whole bunch of money." And I said, "Abe, I'm sorry, what's wrong with it?" He said, "You charged me $2.99 a gallon for that antifreeze, and I can get it at Hex for 99 cents. And I said, I was thinking, I could say GM charges me that much for the antifreeze, and I got to make a profit. I'm thinking, don't be smart. So I stood up and I tore the repair order up in front of him. Everybody has their guard up when they come to the car showroom, and what we've always tried to do is get those arms down. And that's been our philosophy, is to treat people right, make a fair profit, because we can't keep the place open without a fair profit. We've got a lot of people to pay. We've had a lot of repeat business over the years because of the length of stay of the employees and their experience and their knowledge. I kind of just the director for that. I feel like I'm really an orchestra leader, and everybody plays the music. And it's pretty much as simple as that.
I've been selling cars for 40 years. I started in 1974. I enjoy doing what I do. I'm 65 years old now, and everybody asks me when you're going to retire. I say I'm going to retire when I want to, because I like what I do. Joe and I, the owner and I, grew up together as small boys. We were in the National Guard together, so we've had a long career together. Now, as friends, ball players, you name it, and we've been a good team over the years. And I'm very blessed. I have a beautiful wife, four children, 2 grandchildren, and I'm going to continue to do this as long as my health will allow me.
We're very proud of our loyal customer base. If you buy here once, you generally buy here for a lifetime. We sell grandfathers, grandsons, granddaughters, sons, aunts, uncles. The list just goes on and on. We're very proud of that.
We put a showroom on, and that showroom lasted until this past year. And we put, instead of trying to retrofit the showroom, we tore that showroom off and put this one on, as you can see. It's been a tremendous help to business and to everyone's attitude, including especially the customer. Really enjoy coming in. It's spacious, even though we didn't change the actual footprint. Everybody's in a better mood. We feel accomplished, that we've accomplished something. And it's a major expenditure, of course, but it appears to be working out great. We've been very blessed with a great GM product in Buick and GMC. It matches our great customers. We've sold about 300 new and 400 used so far this year, and growing. We've added staff. We're in the right community, right location, and we're chick of the deck.